almost said it at the table, over the food getting cold. Oh, I almost said, yeah. Three times now I've had it, right there at the surface, ready to become sound, ready to become real. And three times something took it back, rerouted it into safer senses. The conversation continued, as if the unsaid thing wasn't sitting between us, taking up its quiet space, demanding nothing but present for everything. The way of feeling is when you haven't addressed it. I almost said it when you laughed at the specific thing I said, the thing I said to make you laugh, knowing you would. And watching you do it, I had the words ready, but the laugh was so complete that I didn't want to end it. Almost said it, almost let it out, almost said it, almost passed the doubt, almost said it. Three times now I've tried, almost said it, but kept it inside, kept it inside. I almost said it over dinner, almost said it in the car, almost said it in the doorway, almost said it in the dark. But the almost has been living in the space between us for so long. Almost said it, now I wonder if the almost is the song, yeah, is the whole song. What is the fear exactly? I've been trying to locate it. Is it the specific fear of rejection, or the larger fear of ending? What this is now, by naming it as something else, is something more, as something which stays. Because right now, what we have is entirely safe in its ambiguity. We can both be comfortable here in the almost, and the comfortable is genuinely good. But comfortable is not what I feel at 5:45, when the light is doing its thing and you text something small, and my whole system responds in a way that suggests comfortable is not the right word at all. Almost said it, almost let it out, almost said it, almost passed the doubt, almost said it. Three times now I've tried, almost said it, but kept it inside, kept it inside. I almost said it over dinner, almost said it in the car, almost said it in the doorway, almost said it in the dark. But the almost has been living in the space between us for so long. Almost said it, now If the almost is the song, yeah, is the whole song. The fourth time is gonna be different. I can feel the accumulation of it. The three almost have built something structural, something that is becoming impossible to hold. The way water accumulates behind a structure. And I've been thinking about what happens after, not the rejection scenario. I've rehearsed enough, but the other one, the one where you say something that mirrors what I almost said. And we have to figure out what that means. What do we do with the name thing that was so comfortable a name? Oh, I think I'm ready for that. I think the discomfort of knowing is better than the comfort of this particular not knowing. I'll almost say it one more time, and then I'll say it fully without the almost, without the retreat. Just the thing itself, landing in the air between us, where it's been living all along. Tonight might be the night you stayed longer than usual, and the conversation kept finding its way back to specific things. And the specific things kept feeling like the both of us circling the same unsaid city. I took the long way home tonight, 40 extra minutes, and every single one of them was worth it. I passed the park instead of the shortcut, the one that adds 15 minutes and has the bench by the pond where the ducks do their evening thing, which is apparently very important to me, because I went 3 blocks out of my way to watch it happen. The ducks were there, as they presumably always are, doing the duck things that ducks do at dusk. And I stood there for about 4 minutes, which is 4 minutes I didn't have and 4 minutes I needed. Then I took the street with the old brownstones instead of the avenue, because the brownstones have window boxes with plants, and there's one in particular with a very insistent geranium that I check in on. The long way home takes longer for a reason. The long way home gives me back the pieces of myself I left behind somewhere in the working day. The long way home finds me on the way. I took the long way home tonight, and every time before I took the long way home and found destination, not an arrival. The long way home is the whole revival of the person I am when nobody's asking. The long way home. The long way home. There's a bakery on the route that closes at 7, and I timed it perfectly tonight, arriving at 6:52, and the smell that comes from it at 6:52 is one of the great unreported pleasures of this city. I didn't go in, I just walked through the exhale of it, the warm bread scented air that the bakery releases in its final minutes before the doors close and the lights dim and the smell stays in the street. 30 seconds of bread smell is 30 seconds of something so fundamental to being human, so ancient in its comfort that I always stop and receive it and continue home, slightly more whole. The long way home takes longer for a reason. The long way home gives me back the pieces of myself I left behind somewhere in the working day. The long way home finds me on the way. I took the long way home tonight, and every time before. I took the long way home and found what I was looking for. Not a destination, not an arrival. The long way home is the whole revival of the person I am when nobody's asking. The long way home. The long way home. I think about efficiency and how I've been trained to value it. The shortest route, the fastest method, the optimized path from here to there with minimum expenditure of time and energy. But the ducks and the geranium and the bread smell at 6:52 are not available on the efficient route, and I am not available to receive them when I'm optimizing, when I'm just transiting. The long way home is an optimist life, the one that takes longer but arrives somewhere. The shortcut doesn't reach the version of myself that noticed things today, that showed up fully. I think I'm gonna keep taking the long way, even when I'm tired, especially when I'm tired, because the tired version of me is the one who most needs the ducks and the geranium and the bread smell at 6:52. I arrived home 40 minutes later than I would have on the short route, and I stood outside my building for a minute before going in to finish receiving the city that I live in, the one I chose and keep choosing. And it was good, it was genuinely good, The way the long way home always ends with me more present, more grateful, more mine than the short way ever does. I took the long way home and found the whole thing. I took the long way home and heard the evening singing in the ducks in the geranium, in the bread smell closing time. The late light is doing its thing again, and I'm watching like I always watch, like I will always watch this particular light. There's a shadow on the wall that only exists for 20 minutes at around 5:45. In the months with longer days, the shadow of the lamp through the lampshade makes a pattern on the white wall that I think about in winter. I've been documenting it, not photographing, documenting the way you document a thing you want to remember with your actual eyes, your actual presence, the way our grandparents documented things before cameras. What does it mean to pay this much attention to a lamp shadow? Probably something, probably nothing, probably that I am the kind of person who finds the lamp shadow interesting, which is enough of a personality trait for a Tuesday. Late light on the wall, late light making shadows fall into shapes I wanna keep. Late light way too beautiful to sleep through, to scroll through, to miss. Late light, doing things to ordinary rooms. Late light, finding me in ordinary moods, making everything worth looking at, making everything worth the attention. Late light, accidental perfection every evening without fail. Late light. I read somewhere that Rembrandt was obsessed with the quality of light that came through the windows of his Amsterdam studio, that specific Northern European gray gold afternoon light that did something to skin tones that no other light replicated. I thought about that today at 5:45, watching the lamp shadow do its thing and thinking about obsession, about the things that earn our sustained attention. Not because they demand it, but because they deserve it. The late light deserves it, the lamp shadow deserves it, the particular way the dust in this room becomes visible in the angle of the late sun, making the ordinary air suddenly populated, suddenly beautiful. Late light on the wall, late light making shadows fall into shapes I wanna keep.
inside the attention that I give to the late light. I want to bring it to people, bring it to conversations, to the things I'm making and the things I'm becoming, the quality of notice that I give to the lamp shadow for 20 minutes every day. I want to give to myself for at least that long the same patient observation, the same willingness to find something worth documenting in the ordinary material of a life. What would I see if I paid that attention to my own unfolding the way I pay it to the light that falls through windows that I cannot control? Only observe, only receive. Late light teaches this. It doesn't ask for anything, it just appears and does what light does in the late afternoon, and I can receive it or not. And when I receive it, everything is briefly extraordinary. 6 o'clock and the lamp shadow has moved past the visible range. The 20 minutes are over for today. And there's something in the end of it, in the way the ordinary wall returns to just a wall, that makes me hold the attention longer, past the object of it, into the general quality of presence that the late light taught me today. And every day I bother to look up and receive it. Late light, you found me again today. Late light, I was here, I didn't look away. 20 minutes of the lamp shadow, 20 minutes I was present. Yeah.
Golden hour, window open, the city settling down into itself, and I'm here just feeling everything. The light is doing something to the buildings across the street, turning ordinary glass into something I can't keep my eyes away from, like the city dressed itself up just for this hour, just for this particular Tuesday evening, where I find myself not doing anything in particular, just being in the room, just breathing in the color of whatever this feeling is that comes around at 6 p.m. when the day has done its damage and the night hasn't started yet, and everything is balanced on the edge of something I can't name or recognize. Every single time it comes, golden hour, feeling when the love it breathes with everything. Golden hour, feeling when the world slows down to let me breathe. Give me this golden hour, give me this light, before the sun goes down, before the day turns into night. Golden hour feeling, staying in this glow. Give me this golden hour, the only thing I know. I've been carrying the weight of all the conversation I should have had differently, the ones I replayed on the commute home, the ones that live between my shoulder blades and need this particular light to loosen up and let me go. There is something therapeutic about the evening and the amber of the fading afternoon settling on my hand, resting on the windowsill. I am not my worst moments. In this light, I am just a person in a window, watching the day become something more forgiving than it felt at noon. You ever notice how the evening has a different sound than morning? The same city, different frequency. The rush has left the air. Something slower, something kinder settled in its place. I'm learning how to live here in this hour, in this grace. I'm lonely the weekend. I don't need the estate. I just need this window. I just need this scroll between the end of working and the start of night, when the world is amber and everything is right. For about 40 minutes, maybe 45, the city looks like somewhere I'm glad to be alive. In golden hour feeling, it's enough to just exist, to watch the light do everything I couldn't say in this moment. But the light says for me, says it's gonna be okay, says the day was just a day, and the evening is the proof that something beautiful always follows what was hard. Golden hour feeling, lowering my guard. I let the light come in, I let the warmth just be, I let the golden hour do what it does to me, which is remind me that I chose this city, chose this window, chose this light. And in the golden hour, everything feels right. Everything feels right. The street lights are deciding whether to turn on yet. The sky's in negotiation between the golden violet. I've been watching this transition every evening for a year, and every time it's different, and every time it's clear that there is something worth staying for in ordinary life. The unrockable Tuesday, the window and the light, the golden hour that arrives without announcement, without requiring anything except your presence at the pain. So I stay, I always stay, for the 40 minutes that the light allows, before the evening takes it, before the nighttime comes. I stay here in the golden, I stay until it's done. Give me this golden hour, I'll give it everything. Give me this golden hour, the most ordinary, amazing thing. After the rain, everything looks washed and honest and possible again. The rain stopped about an hour ago, and the city smells like something I don't have a word for. The scientific term is petrichor, which means the blood of stone, that ancient smell of earth receiving water, welcoming it home. I went outside after just to stand in it, wet pavement reflecting the street lights back at me, like the city had been storing all that light underneath, and the rain unlocked it, gave it back to the evening. I've been waiting for this feeling, not knowing what I was waiting for, just the vague sense that something needed to wash through, that the accumulation of small disappointments needed a good rain to clear the residue. After the rain, the air is different. After the rain, so am I. After the rain, everything I've been carrying feels lighter in this particular life. After the rain, I can breathe again. After the rain, the world begins again. All the things I held too tight loosen in the aftermath. After the rain, I'm finding my way back, finding my way back to myself. There is something the rain does to perspective. It interrupts whatever narrative you were running in your head about how things are going, about what is wrong, and replaces it with the simple fact of water falling. And after it stops, everything is the same city, the same streets, the same buildings, the same life waiting, but the quality of it has shifted. The way a room changes when you open the window, even briefly, even for a moment. I have been the closed window for most of this month, letting the inside air recirculate and grow stale. The same thoughts, the same words, the same loop of considerations that the rain interrupted tonight, and I am grateful. After the rain, the air is different. After the rain, so am I. After the rain, everything I've been carrying feels lighter in this particular life. After the rain, I can breathe again. After the rain, the world begins again. All the things I held too tightly loosen in the aftermath. After the rain, I'm finding my way back, finding my way back to myself. I needed the rain to remind me that the world doesn't hold on to things the way I do. The city washed clean the pavement, accepting water, then releasing it, moving it along. I wanna do that with the things I've been holding, the old resentments, the unresolved questions, the versions of myself I keep defending, even when they no longer fit who I'm becoming. Let it wash through, let the rain be the metaphor it so desperately wants to be. Let the after be different from the before. Let Petrichor mean not just the smell of rain on earth, but the smell of something changing. After the rain, the possible expands. After the rain, I open my hands and let go of what the rain was trying to carry for me all along. I walked 3 blocks in the aftermath and came back to this room. Damn shoes on the mat, something different in me too, the kind of different that you can't quite measure, but you recognize like a key turning in a lock. The city is still there, doing what cities do, but I move through it tonight like someone who belongs, not like someone waiting too long. Maybe that is what the rain was for. After the rain, I can breathe again. After the rain, the world begins again. Everything I held too tightly laughs away the light.
The hour between day and night, between who I was today and who I'll be tomorrow. This is where I live. The sky's doing something purple that it only does once per day, and I've been making it a practice to be present for it when I can, to stop whatever performance I've been running and just look at the sky going through its changes. It takes about 12 minutes for the purple to complete its arc, from the deep edge of the afternoon into the full arrival of dark. And in those 12 minutes, I try to be the person who notices things like this, who makes space for through minutes. I was not always this person. I was the person who rushed through the transitional hours to get to the actual evening. The wine, the streaming, the collapse into comfort without sitting in. The hour between is where the truth lives. The hour between is what the daylight gives before before the night takes over. The hour between is when I find me living in the hour between the golden and the dark, living in the hour between where I find my truest heart. Not the daytime version, not the nighttime rest, the hour between when I'm at my best, my most honest, my most present, the hour between. My therapist asked me once what time of day I feel most like myself, and I surprised both of us when I said the transition. Not the morning with its possibility, not the night with its release, but the 12 minutes of purple sky when I'm neither what I was nor yet what I'll be. There's a freedom in the between. Nobody expects anything of the between. The morning expects productivity, the night expects rest, but the transition is unclaimed territory where I can just be the person looking at the purple sky who doesn't need to be anything else. I've been protecting this hour, keeping it clear of obligations, the evening phone call that can wait, the task that will be there tomorrow, 12 minutes of sky that I give to myself, like a gift that requires only presence. The hour between is where the truth lives. The hour between is what the daylight gives before it lets go, before the night takes over. The hour between is when I find me living in the hour between the golden and the dark, living in the hour between where I find my truest heart. Not the daytime version, not the nighttime rest, the hour between when I'm at my best, my most honest, my most present, the hour between. What if we built our lives around the transitions? What if the liminal hours were the important ones? Not the productive morning, not the restful night, but the purple hour, the between the light. What if the most significant conversations happened here in the between, when the day's armor softens, when the night's guard hasn't yet arrived, when we are briefly just ourselves? I wanna have those conversations. I wanna meet people in the between, in the hour when pretending is too much effort, when the purple sky is more compelling than the performance of having things together. Tell me who you are at the purple hour. Tell me what the day did to you today, and I'll tell you what I noticed in the 12 minutes of transition, and we'll meet each other there in the hour between. The purple is finishing now, handing off to dark blue, then black with the city lights doing their counter illumination. I watched the whole 12 minutes without looking at my phone, without thinking about tomorrow, without anything except the sky. And I feel like myself, genuinely like myself, in a way that the efficient, productive morning me rarely manages.
Something got returned to me in the hour between. Something I didn't know I'd might. Living in the hour between, I found what I was missing. Living in the hour between, the sky does all the listening. The golden giving way to something deeper blue. The hour between is where I come back to myself, come back to what's true. The hour between.
Thursday evening, one day away from everything, relaxing into his shell, and so am I. Thursday has a specific quality that the other days don't have. It's the day that knows what's coming. It carries Friday in it, the way the air before rain carries the rain. You can feel it. I've been paying attention to the days of the week as distinct emotional territories. And Thursday evening is the one where I exhale properly for the first time since Sunday night. Send me back into the week. I make good food tonight, the kind that takes time, the kind you only make when you have decided that you deserve the effort, which Thursday evening gives me permission to believe. Thursday evening, almost done. Thursday evening, light is everywhere. Thursday evening, I can feel the weekend. Thursday evening, I let it breathe. Thursday evening, the week is almost done. Thursday evening, something like the sun coming back around after the long middle. Thursday evening, I found a little peace tonight, a little ease. Thursday evening, finally free to just be. I called someone I hadn't called in longer than I should have let it go. And Thursday evening is the reason I had enough of myself left to be a good person on the phone, to be present and warm and genuinely interested. Monday through Wednesday I am so depleted by the requirements of the week that the phone calls I should make get moved to a future that keeps moving forward. But Thursday I can feel the replenishment beginning, and the call was exactly what I needed it to be. We talked for an hour about nothing important, which is to say everything important. The texture of our days, the small things we'd noticed, and I kept thinking, this is what the good life actually consists of. The Thursday evening phone call, the good food, the almost weekend, the friend on the other end saying me too. Thursday evening, the week is almost done. Thursday evening, something like the sun coming back around after the long middle. Thursday evening, I found a little peace tonight, a little ease. Thursday evening, finally free to just be. I wanna tell you something about the ordinary life
about the Thursday evenings that don't make it into stories, about the weeks that pass without incident and are therefore called unremarkable. But I've been finding the remarkable inside the unremarkable. The way the good food on a Thursday is actually extraordinary. The way the hour-long phone call about nothing is everything. The week didn't break me, that is not nothing. I did the things I said I'd do. I showed up where I said I'd be. I was decent to the people who needed me to be decent. And now it's Thursday evening, and the week is almost done. And I made good food, and I called someone I love. And the Thursday light is doing something to this room that I want to document without a camera, with just this noticing. Friday will come tomorrow, and with it the release, the different quality of evening, when the week has fully handed over to the weekend. The Thursday evening is precious because it's not quite there yet. It's the almost, which I now know is one of the best places to be in. The almost weekend, the almost free, the almost fully exhale Thursday evening, and I am here in it to breathe. Thursday evening, the whole week made Thursday evening by the choices that I made to show up, to keep going, to call and cook and be. Thursday evening, it got through to me that the ordinary week, the unremarkable days, are the whole thing, are the whole beautiful thing. Thursday evening, almost free, already free, already home. Thursday evening, already ready, already naked. Thursday evening, almost weekend, already grateful, already enough. Thursday evening, see you next week. You sent me a playlist on a Tuesday night, and I haven't been the same since. 43 songs, no title, just a link, and something about receiving it made me stop and think about what it means to be given someone's music, the curated version of how they feel inside. I listened from the beginning, which is the only way to listen to a playlist someone made with care. And by the fourth song, I understood something about you that 3 months of conversation
hadn't told me. The fifth song destroyed me because it was the song I thought only I knew, tucked in the back of my own private listening. And there it was in your 43, living at track 5. Oh, someone else's playlist is the most honest thing. Someone else's playlist is the window opening into who you really are when nobody's asking. Someone else's playlist showed me your heart. Your playlist found me at 11 on a Tuesday. Your playlist did something to the whole shape of my day. 43 songs saying everything you don't say out loud. Someone else's playlist made me proud to know you, to know someone like you exists. Track 12 is where I had to put my phone down. Not because I needed to stop, but because I needed to feel it without anything else happening. Just me and track 12. And what it means that you included it. You didn't explain the list, no accompanying message, just the link sitting there, doing all the explaining, which is braver, honestly, than anything you could have said. Words can be arranged to be less than they are, but a playlist is exactly what it is. The songs you return to when you are being most yourself, the ones that got you through the hard parts, the ones that feel like home. I've been thinking about what it means that you sent it to me specifically with no explanation. Just here, this is something inside of me, yours now too. Someone else's playlist is the most honest thing. Someone else's playlist is the window opening into who you really are when nobody's asking. Someone else's playlist showed me your heart. Your playlist found me at 11 on a Tuesday. Your playlist did something to the whole shape of my day. 43 songs saying everything you don't say out loud. Someone else's playlist made me proud to know you, to know someone like you exists. I made you one back. It took me 4 days because I kept second guessing which songs were true enough, which ones were the actual me and not the me I performed, which ones would tell you something you didn't already know. I included the embarrassing one, the one from that era that I don't tell people about, because it's not cool and it meant something real, and I put it at track 7 because it felt like the right amount of trust for track 7. And when you texted back just track 7 with a period, I understood that you heard it, that you received what I meant, and something shifted in the way I hold what this is. put a track 5 and track 7 and track 12. Those are the ones that matter, and we put them there for each other. And that is not a small thing, that is not nothing. I still have your 43 on repeat. 4 weeks later, I know which songs you go to when the day has been too much. I know the ones that get you through the morning commute. I know the one you play when you're okay, and the one you play when you're almost okay. And there is an intimacy in knowing someone's music that is different from knowing their thoughts. It's more physical, more like knowing the way someone breathes in their sleep. Your playlist found me, still finding me now. Your playlist did something I can't quite allow myself to name completely. 43 honest songs, someone else's playlist, where my heart belongs now, belongs to this, to you. City lights and wine, yeah. This is what the evening is for, yeah. Nothing pressing, nothing urgent, just this window, just this glass, just this hour. I open something red tonight, the bottle that I saved for a moment worth the saving. And somehow Tuesday qualifies, because the city looks like paintings through the rain-clean glass. And I have nowhere else to be, and the work can wait until tomorrow. The first sip is the honest one, before the ritual becomes routine, before the warmth becomes expected. It surprises me the way good things surprise you, when you let yourself actually feel them, instead of nothing that they're good. I've been not instead of feeling for most of this year, checking boxes, ticking off the list of things a person is supposed to do and want, and being somewhere in that process. I forgot to just sit with the glass and the light. City lights and wine, everything's slowing down tonight. City lights and wine, I finally gave myself the time. City lights and wine, the evening asking nothing of me. City lights and wine, the most honest I have been in a long time, sitting here just feeling what I feel. City lights and wine, finally read. The second glass is where the conversation starts, the one I have with myself when nobody else is there. Asking things I avoid in the busy parts of the day, the quality of my actual life versus the performance of it. Do I like the things I've chosen? Not the things I was supposed to choose, but the actual collection of my days, my rooms, my views. From windows I selected, the people I keep close, the version of myself I'm most at home in. The city doesn't answer, but it listens with its lights. A million points of warm illumination, all of which suggest that someone somewhere is also sitting with their glass, asking the same questions in a different window. City lights and wine, everything's slowing down tonight. City lights and wine, I finally gave myself the time. City lights and wine, the evening asking nothing. City lights and wine, the most honest I have been in a long time, sitting here just feeling what I feel. City lights and wine, finally real. I think the city is a mirror when you look at it like this. All those lights of people, all those people in their bliss, or struggle, their middle ground of ordinary living. All of them tonight, taking and giving something to the evening, something to the hour that asks nothing back, that has no power to judge the way you used the day or didn't use it right. City lights and wine makes everything alright. Not in the way that numbs you, but in the way that clarifies. The glass doesn't lie, and neither do the lights of the city at this hour. When everything is amber and the evening is the answer to a question I forgot to ask. For the last of it, watch the light come through. This is what the good life actually looks like, true. Not the version that gets posted, not the curated show, just the glass, the window, and the evening glow. I wash the glass before I sleep, set it on the drying rack, a small completed act in a day of open loop. And maybe that is enough, the closed loop of the evening. The glass, the lights, the wine, the sitting with myself. Tomorrow will require the full performance again. The emails and the posture and the careful way I spend my words and my attention in the world of other people. But tonight the city lights, I'm